What's up guys, my name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how we set up our pressure washer system in our trailer. So I get a lot of questions about how our pressure washer system works, what type of pump it is, how do you deal with a gravity-fed pump like this. I'm going to show you guys all the ins and outs and how it works for us. So I've been using a system very similar to this for many years, basically right when we started. Now, this system here, you've seen before, but I'm going to go into depth into how we set this up and how to do a few things on this pump. Now, first of all, we have a 65-gallon tank. We've had this tank for over 10 years. This is the very first tank that we bought 10 years ago, and we started in this little van. Yeah, I found some footage of our very first setup. Now, humble beginnings, right? But I have the same tank, and I pretty much use the same setup that I have here. Of course, it's just configured a little bit different. The pump is nicer now, and now I do have a recirculating system. But I've used the same type of hose reel, hose, and gun for that entire time. Of course, these are newer ones because those things have worn out and broken since then, since 10 years ago. So these are new ones. But really, this is only, I would say, the third hose reel that I've purchased. I've purchased many hoses because they've broken over time, and many guns. But the hose reels will last you a long time. This is an AR hose reel. This thing lasts a long time. Great components on it. You will have to take it apart every once in a while and lubricate things just so they don't seize up on you, because you're dealing with a lot of water here and things will start to corrode over time. So keep that in mind. Take it apart every once in a while, flush it out, spray it with WD-40 or something with silicone in it that will kind of waterproof some things over time, because these things will start to corrode. And also be wary of the seals here. Make sure to lube these up with silicone-based sprays so that everything stays nice and watertight as well. Now, you will need for this setup, because it only comes with this, a 90 degree outlet here for your hose. So you can buy these hoses with quick connects already all built in, and here I have it connected with a 90 degree inlet here. So you will need that for this hose. And you will also need an extended hose like this to go into your pressure washer. So I think this is about 3 feet. You can get them smaller or longer, but I will have links to those down below, and you will need that to connect to your pressure washer. Now here's the pressure washer itself. Again, it's an AR, and this pump I will have linked down below. This, though, is a little bit more complicated. However, you can buy all these components and do this yourself. I put everything at a 90-degree angle so it juts out here and not just straight out here, because you can't go into the generator. So again, you can buy all those parts. They're just 90-degree angles for your pressure washer, for pressure washer systems. You can buy all those things either locally or online. But the AR pump here is a standard 4 bolts, horizontal shaft, 3/4 inch. That's usually the standard. That's pretty standard for most pressure washers. Now, this engine is a 5 horsepower, I believe, a home light. Now, this belonged to an old pressure washer that I bought at Home Depot, and this is actually the second pressure washer that I purchased ever. So this thing is probably a good 7 years old, maybe more, the engine itself. And it had the, the cheap pressure washer pump here that was on the home light itself, but that has long since died. But I wanted to find something that would attach to this horizontally opposed engine, and these pumps do. I took the old pump off, and this fit right in with no problems. So this thing is still going after 7+ years, and it's great. So you don't need to purchase a brand new motor if you don't need to. If you already have it, then just make sure to measure everything and get a pump like this. Now, I also wanted the pump with a recirculating system. So what this does is the water here will go out into your hose, but I have the water here gravity fed from the tank. So I upgraded the PVC piping here with these nice ball valves. These things you can get all at Home Depot. That's where I bought them from. This is an adapter to go into the garden hose, and I bought a new garden hose here so I can see the water flowing. So what I do is I connect everything, and I will turn the water on. And when you plug it up here, you will see the water start to flow into here, and you have this kind of loose. So don't tighten it all the way. Have it loose and have the water start to dribble out. So once it starts to dribble out for, say, I don't know, 10 seconds or so, it's starting to go into the pressure washer. Let it flow into the pressure washer with it off. Don't turn it on. Let it all flow in there, and then turn your pressure washer on while this is still loose, and it will start to suck the water in. Then tighten it all the way up, and you should start to hear it prime everything, and it will go right into your hose and have this press so that the water is going to be freely flowing from your hose. That's how you prime a pressure washer pump like this. And then when you have everything primed, that water will stay in there. All the bubbles will be worked out, and next time you go to start it, it'll be all primed. Now, if you're working every other day, you're working regularly with it, you don't have to worry about draining the lines. I don't drain the lines, it's fine. So keep everything in there, and even if the tank goes really, really low, it's fine. I can actually suck almost all the water out of this tank while working. So it's not a big deal. It works very, very well for a gravity-fed system. But you will see that I have this raised probably a good 5 inches. The outlet there does need to be higher than this. It is just slightly higher. I mean, not much, just slightly, but it's enough, and it works just fine. I don't run into any problems. Unless I need to disconnect everything, I need to reprime everything. But that's not a problem. If you follow those steps, you'll be completely fine for priming your pump like this. So now when it comes to this section, this is called an unloader. It does have a valve for pressure, so you're actually stopping the pressure before it goes into the hose here. So that's not going to hurt your pump, because when your pump is running and you're not using your hose, it's going to unload into this hose here, which goes right back into the tank. That works extremely well. You can continue to run your pump, and the water will simply recirculate through the system. You're going to get much cooler water here than having it go around in your pump. There are some unloaders that just have this, but it simply goes out and back into here, and that little system sometimes can be okay. But as a mobile detailer, if you're washing a huge vehicle in the sun and you need to keep this thing on, a system like this is just very, very useful, because you're keeping everything cool. You're keeping your pump cool. And this pump is one that you can repair. So you can actually take these plungers out, I believe, and replace them, repair them without having to just throw away the whole pump or buy a new one. You can replace plungers as you need. So that's why I did spend a lot more money on this system. It was about 400 bucks total to get everything done, but this system is extremely durable. It'll last a long time, and I only need to replace things as I go along. So this system is a great system for mobile detailers. Again, is it overkill? Do you need the whole thing? No, you don't. But I have learned over the years that a system like this just works extremely well for us. If you want to upgrade to an electric system, that's also a great thing to think about. If you want to do that, it just means you have to run your generator, or if you have a battery pack, then you could do that as well. That's a cool option, and I might be looking into that in the future, because you can actually simplify this whole system and get a small electric pump and even put it on the wall or put it somewhere else and have more room back here. That's an option. This has worked well for us for many years, but as you know, I like to upgrade. I like to keep things fresh and new and more efficient. So that's a possible upgrade maybe in the future that I'll be looking into. Now, my friend Tony from Miranda Details also mounted the hose and the motor here. So you probably saw the video where he built this slide out for the generator, which I am so happy with. This thing is amazing. Well, he also used the same unistrut metal here to bolt this whole thing down so it's extremely solid, not going anywhere, as well as the pressure washer hose reel. So that's all bolted from the bottom here. So everything is nice and organized, and it works extremely well. So thank you, Tony, for building this whole system out. He spent a whole day out here putting all this stuff and organizing it for me, and I really appreciate that. So if you want a custom built slide out for your generator, or even for like a pressure washer setup, you can even build a huge slide out. The whole thing slides out. Wouldn't that be cool? Check out Tony's info down below. He can build you stuff. Okay guys, so that is our current setup with the pressure washer. Hope it answered some questions that you guys have had about this system. Hope I answered everything. If I didn't, let me know down below. Maybe I missed something. I'll try to have all the different components to this system down below. Many of the things you can also buy locally at Home Depot, especially for the water tank and the hoses and the different elbows that go to the pressure washer. So those things you can usually find locally, but I'll try to find everything that I can on Amazon so you can just order it easily and be able to make this system for your trailer, truck, van, or whatever. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I hope it was helpful to you. Consider subscribing and clicking that bell. That way you get notifications each time these videos drop each week, and you don't miss stuff. And you might notice the little join button next to the subscribe button. That's basically for memberships that YouTube has opened up to our channel. People can join and they can see extras and behind the scenes, but you're not missing anything if you don't do that. I'm not going to put anything hidden on there that I wouldn't show on the main channel. It's basically like buying a limited edition DVD with extras and commentary and behind the scenes. Some of it is boring, but if you like that stuff, then consider joining and you can get all those little extras. So again, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great week.